What is the difference between a crow and a raven? I get asked this question a lot, so I thought I would try and make a video to cover all aspects of the differences between the two birds. You say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Fable here is a raven. You can see she is huge, and that is one of the biggest differences between crows and ravens. You might have heard the phrase, a raven is a beak with a bird, whereas a crow is a bird with a beak. There are some other clear differences in terms of how they look. Ravens have these big, beautiful throat feathers here, and these are called hackles. On a crow, they're much smaller and flatter, but the raven has this appearance of this big, beautiful beard. Fable's a female, but a male raven has even more pronounced throat feathers. The second difference is in the shape of the tail. Now, it's hard to see here because her tail's closed. However, when they're flying, a raven has a wedge or a diamond-shaped tail, whereas a crow has a fan or a much smoother shaped tail. Now, there are also some differences socially. Ravens are much more solitary. They do bond for life and they will live with their partner bird. However, you won't see ravens generally hanging around in large groups unless you are out on the hills and the moors, and you may see groups of young ravens, in which case they can hang out in bigger groups. But generally, if it's on its own, it's most likely to be a raven. Crows are much more sociable and live in larger family groups, so generally you will see them together a lot more. With a kiss? Mwah. Mwah. Now, of course, in flight, if you're not used to looking at different birds, it can be quite hard, and I often find people do struggle with scale, and it always makes me think, it always makes me think of that Father Ted sketch.
These are small, but the ones out there are far away. Small, far away.
The further